Hi everyone, this is Bagadon, StockMarketCaddy.com. It is November 23rd at about 10:30, day before Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. If you're wondering whether or not these markets are overbought or oversold, where are we on a relative basis? Let me share with you a perspective on Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands price travels 90% of the time within these bands, and it shows us on a relative basis the upper band being an overbought or an overcooked, overbaked market, and the red band, the lower band, being an oversold. It's relative, though. Just because something is overbought or is rich or is expensive doesn't mean it doesn't get more expensive, and the same is true being oversold. But it does give us a perspective, a relative perspective based on time. The standard Bollinger Band is 20 units. So if you're looking at a daily, it's usually 20 days. But what you're looking at here is what we call the Bollingers cubed 3 times. So what we've done is we've put a Bollinger Band on. You're looking at the Russell 2000 on a daily. You're looking at a 20-day average with a Bollinger, a 50-day average with a Bollinger, and a 200-day average with the Bollinger. And all we've done is simply change the thickness. So this is, for instance, this is the oversold area, this is the 20, this is the 50, this is the 200, just ever so thicker. The gray is the middle line, this is the 200, this is the 20, this is the 50. Where are we? This is the upper band. This thick one is the 200. This moderate one is the 50. And this is the going parabolic, the 20-day. We are outside the 50 and the 200 Bollinger Band. On a 50-day basis, on a 200-day basis, the Russell is overbought, overcooked, going parabolic. A stop here and a reversal back underneath 1316 would generate a sell signal in the Russell, and we could come even a moderate pullback to the middle of the band would be an area of 1115. So folks, now is not the time to be adding to the Russell. Now is the time to be getting your protection on. But let's look at the ES. The S&P 500 in the same perspective now. She is sitting on the upper Bollinger of the 50-day. The Russell has been the strongest market. Okay, this is the 200-day. Could she continue to run to 2245 or higher? Sure. But if she stops here and pulls back, likelihood is that she's going to pull back down into around 2033. It would generate a sell signal. So everybody is parked up here. Anyone who is long is putting puts on, and anyone interested in going the other way for the market is simply waiting for price to stop going up and to come back inside these Bollingers, and then they will load their stops accordingly. Whether it be here or here, it is coming. Okay, the big move was the smart money. You were to be buying down here. Let's go take a look at the NQ, which is the NASDAQ. Here's the NASDAQ. Also, this was the place to be buying, not up here. NASDAQ is much weaker of the other two markets, of the Dow or of the S&P and the Russell. She has not even approached the 50-day. The 50-day upper Bollinger is 49.25. She's actually coming back in. She couldn't get outside her 20-day. Could she run up here? Yes, but she's actually signaling, that she's coming back in from here. The 200-day is actually 50.19. Now these are not target areas. They are simply areas of, again, overbought, overwrought, where you look for a reversal. And then now let's look at the Dow, which appears to be the strongest, but look what it is doing. This is where you wanted to be buying, folks. You don't buy up here. Okay, this is the 20-day going parabolic. Here she is outside the 50-day, and here she is pressing on the second or on the upper Bollinger of the 200-day on the Dow, which is 19,099. 19,099. Does she reach it? Does she go higher? It's possible, but if she stalls right in here and comes back in, she's going to generate a sell signal and could be all the way down to the middle of this band, down in this area. Once again, this is not the place to be adding to the Dow. This is not the place to be entering the market. If you've been asleep for the last 20 days, the last 50 days, the last 200 days, you are setting yourself up for a bruising. Again, this is Bag of Dawn at StockMarketCaddy.com. Our trading is algorithmic. It is automated. If you're interested in getting an education on the markets, if you're interested in writing or having systems written for you to trade algorithmically, feel free to check us out, drop us an email, give us a call. Happy to talk with anyone. Have a great Thanksgiving.